Okay, in this problem, we see first a ton of text. That means we need to be really purposeful about how we spend our time. Obviously, we start down here with the question, which finding, if true, would directly support the researcher's hypothesis? So we need to know the hypothesis, and this is where you need to decide, are you really a linear reader, therefore should start at the top, or are you someone who can kind of skip down, right? We always know, we kind of search for the word hypothesis or claim, whatever they're asking in the question, and probably find it. I'm going to start at the top and just get the context for this problem. I think it might be a little aggressive to jump down here with leaving all of this behind on this one. So I'm going to start at the top. In the mountains, again, every time I see a challenging word like this, I realize I don't really have to know it. I just have to be able to spot that, it's kind of the one that begins with a T and the one begins with an M are different. I don't really need to worry about how to say these or pronounce these. I'm just going to keep going. So in the mountains of Brazil, blah, 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 we've got these two plants of this family, and they establish themselves on soil-less, nutrient-poor patches of rock. Okay, so we've got plants growing on rock. These ecologists use microscope analysis to determine that the roots grow directly into the rock, okay? They have clusters of fine hairs near the root tip, and further analysis indicates that these hairs secrete acids. All right, so we've got plants growing out of rocks, and we're trying to figure out how can that really happen if there's no soil. The researchers hypothesize, so here's our hypothesis. This is what we know we need to focus on, that the plants depend on dissolving underlying rock with these acids, as the process not only creates channels for continued growth, but also releases phosphates that are going to provide the nutrients. Okay, so we need to kind of understand this hypothesis, right? That they are actually dissolving the rock underneath, right, with those acids. And that is how they are getting their nutrients. So we look down and we see what would actually work. Ignore that, although now you can see the answer. So which of the findings, if true, would directly support the hypothesis? So we've got A, other species in this family are found in terrains with more soil, but have root structure similar. Well, if there's more soil, then that doesn't support the fact that they're kind of going through this process to obtain the nutrients without soil. That doesn't help us, so A is gone. Though these two different species both secrete acids, each species produces acids in different proportions. So what? That's kind of our ridiculous answer. It just doesn't matter what the proportions are, so that goes away. The roots of these plants carve new entry points into rocks, even when the cracks are readily available. So that means that there'd be a reason why they are carving these entry points that would definitely support the idea that they get nutrients from the rocks. And so C looks very appealing. Let's just try D just to double check that it's nothing better. The plants thrive even when transferred to surfaces of rocks that do not contain phosphates. Well, we think that those phosphates are part of the nutrient building process, so that doesn't work. So we have C as our one confident answer, and